If you think the metaverse is a new concept, well, you're wrong. It was actually thought out by Neal Stephenson back in 1992. Who is this person? He is an American author who is well known for his science fiction writing. In fact, he is credited with creating concepts like the metaverse, the three-dimensional world, and virtual and augmented reality. It was certainly ahead of its time for a book that came out in 1992. Years later, it is predicted that by 2030, the metaverse as we currently know it will generate $5 trillion in revenue. Even so, is the world prepared for the metaverse? We're going to explain what the metaverse is in this video, some of the interesting things that exist there, and how future industry investors will likely reap financial rewards. But before that, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell icon, because we'll be providing you with a dose of everything metaverse in this channel. Are you prepared to enter the future? Let's get started. When the COVID-19 pandemic brought the world to its knees, this industry seemed to gain more popularity. The conversations and discussions on the metaverse seemed to pique the interest of others, including tech companies, social networks, and other groups, as it permitted a normal life when loneliness and social distancing were practiced. Later in 2021, Facebook changed its name to Meta, enabling users to completely experiment and explore the metaverse by establishing their own avatars in a virtual area where they may organize meetings, hang out with friends, play games, etc., from the convenience of their own homes. Now, there wouldn't have been a need for it to be necessary if this proposal had been put out before the pandemic. This is what everyone's calling the future of the internet. This year, 2022, a report by the global management consultant stated that more than $120 billion has been poured into the metaverse, which is nearly 10 times more than the $13 billion invested in 2021. What's more, the report predicts that the metaverse could be worth $5 trillion by 2030. So, what exactly is the metaverse? Others would argue that the metaverse is the internet on steroids, where rather than merely reading text and viewing videos, individuals will be able to participate in virtual universes thanks to technology like 3D and artificial intelligence. It's actually a fully recognized digital world that exists beyond the one in which we live. If you've read the novel by Ernest Cline, Ready Player One, or even seen the movie, which was released in 2018, you'll have figured it out. It can be a game, a training tool, virtual boardroom or classroom, a piece of real estate, or even an online social space. It basically is whatever you need it to be, and that is why everyone is seeking it. The space has no rigid definition. But keep in mind that the metaverse is not the same as the multiverse. It's not just gaming, and it's definitely not Web 3.0. It is often understood wrongly that the metaverse and Web 3.0 are similar as they are used correlatively, but they are actually worlds apart. While both require the other to survive, Web 3.0 is primarily focused on who will rule, tech giants or individuals, and govern the internet in the future, whereas the metaverse is focused on how users will interact with it. A $5 trillion industry? Whether you're prepared for the metaverse or not, it will enter the digital sphere within a few years, probably before you realize it. This will surely impact all areas of our lives once it is up and running, and it would no longer be a made-up science fiction idea. Since there is no set location in the metaverse where directed activities can be carried out, it is inevitable that sectors like advertising, video games, virtual education, social media, and e-commerce will find a home there. According to a recent McKinsey financial report on value creation in the metaverse, the e-commerce sector will be the primary source of income. Well, if you look deep into its contribution to both consumers and buyers, this news is not new. According to the report, about 50% of the total value of the business generated using e-commerce will be done through the metaverse, accounting for a whopping $2.6 trillion worth of investment. Following this would be the virtual learning space that would allow users of the metaverse to experience enriching classroom learning experiences, whether it's for a course, a school, or a university-level learning module. Apart from this, other virtual learning modules like upskilling for workspaces and similar industries will also see a rise. All of this would account for over $270 billion in investment. The third would be the advertising industry, where corporations or firms could reach out to potential buyers by depicting a visual experience of their product. If you think of advertisements being done through virtual three-dimensional reality, then it would be a game changer, as the potential buyer could experience the product before purchase. This would also contribute to better sales and revenue. No wonder this industry accounted for $206 billion worth of investment too. And finally, the gaming piece. In one of our videos, we talked about how gamers could earn through the metaverse by just playing games, but of course, they need to have a crypto wallet. You might refer to it as perfect timing because the cryptocurrency market is currently growing to heights that no one could have predicted 10 years ago. Given the creation of new coins every single day and the potential for investors to make profits that are impossible to fathom, it is difficult to imagine that the video game industry, in particular the metaverse games, would not expand. This is the reason why the report claims that $125 billion will be invested in the video gaming sector. According to the same report, approximately 95% of business executives in a variety of fields predict that the metaverse will have a favorable impact on their industries within the next 5 to 10 years. The remaining participants concurred that the metaverse would fundamentally alter how we think about and conduct business. There is no doubt that this would be feasible if you consider the possibilities. The metaverse, according to Eric Hazan, senior partner at McKinsey's financial reporting platform, is a strategic inflection point for businesses and offers a significant opportunity to influence the way we live, connect, learn, innovate, and collaborate. He continued, "Our goal is to assist business leaders in better comprehending the power and potential of the metaverse, identifying strategic imperatives, and acting as drivers of its evolution." A survey with at least 3,400 consumers, business executives, and metaverse experts from various countries served as the foundation for this McKinsey report. The goal of this survey was to identify the metaverse's most promising future developments and to assess the potential of the metaverse as a novel area where the real and virtual worlds converge. So, what opportunity does the metaverse pose for the future? As we already mentioned, the total amount invested in the metaverse in 2022 far exceeded everyone's expectations and came to $120 billion, or about $63 billion more than what was reported in 2021. According to the survey, which was conducted by McKinsey, the boom in digital technology and consumers' rising propensity to seek out novel digital experiences make the growing convergence of the physical and digital worlds a major future opportunity. Consumer research showed that more than 3 billion people worldwide already have access to various metaverses. Furthermore, about 60% would prefer to give it a try and enjoy the experience. In this sense, it is thought that the metaverse may have a major impact on our professional and personal lives, similar to what the internet did, highlighting the transformative aspect of this parallel reality that has placed us on the cusp of the next wave of digital disruption. Since the advent of the internet and 3G telecommunications, the concept of virtual interpersonal connections has been reimagined and expanded. These interpersonal connections will become increasingly real thanks to the advent of Web 3.0 and the 5G telecommunications technology that we currently use. This implies that real people will use the metaverse and spend real money on it to do whatever they truly desire, and corporations have anticipated this and thus firmly believe in it. There is no doubt that the metaverse will be worth $5 trillion by 2030 due to the faster and faster rate at which technology, communications, e-commerce, and other industries are developing. Thousands of companies that relied on conventional marketing strategies did indeed go out of business during this phase, but it also gave rise to the digital world that we live in today. What long-term strategies are needed to succeed in the metaverse then? According to McKinsey's report, the metaverse is enabling businesses from all industries to approach digitalization through an innovative concept that, among other things, make use of the benefits of immersive virtual reality to build a new digital ecosystem. The report recommended and emphasized that in order for businesses to successfully adopt the metaverse, they must create a long-term strategy that can recognize the opportunities and risks associated with this brand new alternate reality. Additionally, they must choose where to place themselves on the metaverse's adoption curve based on the preferences of their customers, define in a clear way where and how to interact with the metaverse, and decide which brand new experiences are best suited for it. This would definitely be a game changer. Do you think the metaverse will indeed change reality as we know it today? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like. You can also subscribe to our channel for more videos like these. Don't want to miss our upcoming video on topics that will be the talk of the town? Then hit that bell icon. That way you will get notified or updated whenever we post one. I appreciate you watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.